Hi Taurus, welcome to another reading. So these are all of your cards for the reading, and let me just explain how we're going to do this. I already did the first part of your reading, that's why all of the cards are here. But as I mentioned in the community post that I did last week, after I did the first part, the vibe was just so weird and so off, and I had decided that I would just kind of do it again. That I was just going to start over, and I just left the cards where they were and I was just kind of waiting for the right, time. It just didn't seem ready. It felt really weird. I didn't really understand what was happening. And what you're about to see next is the actual first part of the reading, when we're pulling these cards and talking about them as we pull them out. And then we're going to talk about them more, which I'm going to do now, but I'll put it at the end of the video. If you're confused, just follow me on this. It'll make sense. Stick around in a moment. The reading's about to start, and we'll start pulling out the cards one by one, and you'll see how we got here. But without further ado, let's get into your reading. Hi Taurus. Welcome back and welcome to another reading. Your November reading. So you're feeling very powerful right now. Your power is derived from feeling like yourself, not having to act outside of yourself, not having to do anything you aren't comfortable with, having the freedom to show up unapologetically and as authentically as you can. That's the sweet spot for you. That's what feels like home. And the really phenomenal thing is that who you are in the raw, who you are in the flesh, is very beautiful, very appealing, very easy to love. Easy to take advantage of. I know that is triggering to hear. And it's not so much that you're gullible. It's just that you see the good in people and the humanity in people, and it's not uncommon for you to want to give the benefit of the doubt and to bend over backwards to support someone so much that it's to your own detriment, but you don't care if it means that you'll see them win. And I think that's what I admire about you the most. It's one of the things that I love about you. There are many. But I think that this is a character trait that I associate with your personality. You're uncommonly kind. So when you're betrayed, all hell breaks loose. It's like you react one of two ways. Either you just shut down because the anger is so overwhelming, or you lash out. Or you lash out and then you shut down. Speechless. There are no words to describe the depths of your despair. It hurts so badly. Because you were proven wrong. Wrong about that person. Wrong about their intentions. But you're right about the fact that life must go on. And the moment you stop dwelling, that's where the gold is. When you get all caught up and mixed up in something nasty, it threatens to take you further and further away from yourself, and it's very easy to lose sight of and lose track of who you are. What you must cling to are your principles. And the loved ones who are worthy of you. There's someone here who has your heart. I have to get that. Don't let what's happening to you make you numb. I don't think that it will. You've been doing a fantastic job at maintaining a positive mindset. And I don't think you should stop doing that now. We'll talk about these more. Hold on. So I want to grab some of my deck to start. And this will be kind of like an extended that we're just gonna do because I think that it needs it. That's plenty. So we have November. This month is very significant. Someone may have hazel eyes. They may also smoke weed. Pleasure. Cancer. The sign or the disease. And when I made these cards, I really only made it with the zodiac in mind. That's why there's a Cancer card. So you could be dealing with a Cancerian, but all the years I've been using this deck, this is really the first time that I got that energy. I don't want to scare you. This is not a diagnosis. This is just me saying that, get on top of your health. If you've been putting off a doctor visit, if you haven't been feeling right in your body, do the right thing. There is enough time. This is something that you need to make the time for. You need to get ahead of this. Knowledge is power. Again, this is not a diagnosis. There's no way for me to really know that. I'm just being honest about this feeling that I have from looking at this card and what it made me feel when it came out. Admiration. You may be dealing with a Leo, or the month of August or July could be important. Pride. You're just too good to be true. Capricorn. And East. Here. So we're going to start here with the Empress card. Now the Empress card is all about you. It's about how you feel. It's about who you are. It's about the weight that you carry. It is about your gravitas. That's what I get from this card. It's about how you're showing up. And this is beautiful, absolutely stunning. I think that your spirit is shining through in the best way. People are seeing you for the beautiful human being that you are, the kind and thoughtful and gracious and generous person that you are. And this is not new. We all know this about you. You've never been the selfish type. Yeah, there are some who may think that you're materialistic, and it's just because I think you're just so good at succeeding in this particular area. There aren't too many people who have as special of an affinity as who have the kind of affinity that you do for exceeding in the physical realm. But you're not selfish, and you don't keep all of these wins to yourself. You don't keep these treasures to yourself. You willingly give it away. This is the truth of who you are, and this is on full display. Someone who is very willing to pay it forward. Someone who's very willing to pave the way, to bear the burden, to lift up others. You're a workhorse. And I think that is so beautiful that you can be this way while also it's a lot of responsibility for one person. You're that person we all know and love who just works so hard and looks great doing it. You have a very beautiful, very strong spirit. And this is what I meant when I, was talking about the authenticity and about you, showing up exactly as you are and everyone really accepting you as you are. One of the hallmarks of a very, prosperous person is their ability to the kind of potential that you have, what they can achieve and accomplish with you in their life is limitless. I think that your talents are known, your talents are seen, and this is what opens up the door for, others to abuse you and wear out their welcome and, give you more work to do because you're so good at it. And it's like, how do you know that you're, there's this running joke that a promotion isn't really, a promotion, it's just more work, or that's how it can be perceived. It's almost like, here, you're so good at it, I'm gonna give you some more work to do because you're so good at it, and at the same time you're so willing. So this is what makes it it's the downside of being useful and wanting to be useful and deriving your value from how useful you are. And deriving your sense of self from how useful you can be to someone else. I don't think that you do this because you're not looking at it this way. I just think that the opportunistic people that you rub shoulders with see this and, harp on it, and they seek to abuse you in this way and take advantage of it. Taurus makes it look so easy. Taurus makes it look so easy. I want what they have. How can I get that thing? How can I get to that point? How can I be secure? And this is just a flawed way of thinking and a flawed perspective. You can't become secure yourself while robbing someone of their vitality, robbing someone of their energy, building. Yeah, it is gross. Building their legacy on top of yours. Using your know-how, using your resources. There is a difference between wanting to do it for yourself and build for yourself, and seeking guidance, and just wanting someone to do it for you. You can give a man a fish, and if you give a man a fish, he'll eat for the day. But if you teach a man how to fish, then that man can then provide for himself and build something for himself and feed himself. But Taurus is just so good at fishing. So go fish. Page of Swords came out, but we're not going to take it because we weren't really... We've unpacked enough of this. Now let's talk about the Nine of Swords. Where do we go from here? Because you see this happening. You've gone through these cycles enough to know when this is happening. And I think that you can be generous, you can support, you can love, you can be there for someone without compromising yourself in the process, without allowing yourself to be used. You can be more careful when it comes to what you give here. And because you've gotten good at identifying the pattern, you can then now give in a much more healthy way. You can support in a way where you are helping someone, but you're not doing it for them. I just had the image in my mind of, like weaning a child. When a baby is born and it's like they're being breastfed and then they get weaned off of it to the bottle, or they get, I forgive my ignorance if I'm, just using this wrong, but it's that weaning energy. Or it's like when a baby has a pacifier and, it soothes them, but over time, there comes an age when they should no longer use it anymore. They get weaned off of that, off of that thing that soothes them. You are the thing that pacifies. You are the thing that soothes. You are the thing that nourishes, the thing that supports, that teaches. And there's a need here for you to wean these people off of you. And I think that you're doing this, but you're not cutting them off cold turkey. It doesn't have to be that way. It doesn't have to make you cold. You don't have to resent anyone. Because what this is all rooted in is admiration for you. What this is all rooted in is respect that they have for you and acknowledgement of your capability. But it's just about, letting someone leave the nest and letting someone find their own way and letting someone make a few mistakes, letting someone learn in other ways, in ways outside of you. And this is something that you may have struggled with or had a very difficult time with, your tendency to smother, your tendency to you get what I'm saying? To and again, I think that stems from a need that you once had to feel needed that I don't think is really there anymore. You don't associate your value with how much someone needs you. That's not why you do it. You do it because it's in your nature. You do it because you have a generosity of spirit. And you're identifying with the value that you have that is intrinsic. Four of Pentacles sitting firm in this energy. This Four of Pentacles isn't reading negative to me. It reads like someone who is very stable, who knows who they are, someone who is healed. Enough is enough. You know what the line is, you know what the boundary is what that looks like to me. This is a conversation about boundaries and the boundaries you've set. Six of Swords. So the Six of Swords is about your life that is now beginning. It's about the brave new world. Your money is looking better than it's ever looked. It has a slow start, you know, but it's coming in all the same. Baby steps. This is an opportunity that you don't want to fuck up, and I don't think that you will. Four of Wands. If you play your cards right, this is something that will sustain you, that would last. Four of Wands, Four of Swords, and finally bring you peace and prosperity and abundance, and that future you deserve. And oh, what a wonderful and beautiful future it is. One that is devoid of any confusion. Nothing is open to interpretation. You're able to see through a lot of the things that used to once fool you. You're not falling for any tricks that anyone is playing, and any empty offers that people are making to you, telling you that you need to just stick around and, you know, wait until it's your turn. None of that is happening. Seven of Pentacles, King of Swords, the Moon, and the Queen of Wands. I'm so sorry for all of the noises. I don't know what's going on. There is some concern surrounding a fire sign, someone younger than you, who this person could be an Aries. Who has gone cold. You have a lot to say. Someone here has a lot to say and a need to clear the air. But you know better. You know, when there's been so much water under the bridge, you might find that it's just easier to not go rummaging through the past and to instead shift your sights toward the future. You might find that it's best to not look back. You might find that it's best to let sleeping dogs lie. You might find that you were wrong all along. And I know that that is triggering. But what we mustn't do is beat ourselves up for how we felt. Decisions were made. I'm hearing Nene Leakes, I said what I said. And who was the other one that was like, well, what you said was some bullshit. It's very that. Let's talk about the King of Wands. King of Wands, Three of Wands. They've moved on. And they've taken their feelings with them. I'm hearing no remorse. Yeah, they're outie. You may also want to leave. You know, perhaps that's what this is. Or you may also be dying to move on. The Strength card and the Chariot card makes sense here to me. It's about a love that will never die. It's about feelings that don't ever go away. It lingers. These feelings can be the right kind of fodder that you need. It'll help you enforce your own boundaries, but also learn how to respect others. Learn where they end and where you begin, and how you can continue to show up authentically and be yourself and respect other people at the same time. Is there anything else that we need to know about the Strength and the Chariot? Keep it in your pants. Okay? I love you so, so much. And I hope to see you in the next one. Goodbye.